Kevin, how many features do you think you've won?
Somewhere between 180 and 210 probably. I've lost track, but I know it's at least 180. So somewhere in that area.
Of those wins, which ones stand out the most to you?
The most important victory I had was the Dick Gaines Classic. I mean, it's not the most money I've ever won, but it meant the most because I grew up worshiping Dick Gaines. He drove for my dad, and I watched him drive for Diz and Carl, and went to the races with him, and been in victory lane with him as a kid, and just growing up in Mitchell. Dick Gaines. Man.
That was the first Dick Gaines ride at Lawrenceburg?
Second one.
The second one. You've been racing for 20 years. What has kept you motivated?
Just, I love sprint car racing, love to be around it, and then I like to win. So
One has been tough this year, right?
The winning has been tough this year.
But limited schedule this year.
Limited schedule makes it tough because you're not there every week, and I've let myself get out of shape or car get behind, so just those things all add up.
Of the old school car owners, who would you like to drive for?
Carl Kinzer or Diz Wilson. Carl Kinzer because he's the best mechanic there is in the business. I've been going to his shop since I was a little kid, and he's helped me throughout my career. And Diz Wilson, man, when I was a little kid, he'd fire his car up, and I lived a block away, and I'd pedal my bike as fast as I could down to his shop. So that's where I first met Kevin Thomas and a lot of other racers, and probably Carl Kinzer or Diz Wilson.
Of the old school drivers, who would you like to compete against? Name at least three.
Well, Dick Gaines, I'd love to compete against him. I really did get to compete with him, but didn't. He drove my school car once he was retired one time. But Dick Gaines, Jan Opperman, I would like to compete against him, and Butch Wilkerson. I always liked watching him race also. I've got to race with most of my heroes, Jack Hewitt and Danny Smith. Growing up, I watched them. And Pancho Carter, I like to race with Pancho too. He was one of my favorites also. I've got to race with most of them. Randy Kinzer, Chuck Amati, I mean, all them guys, so I got to race with those.
Are there any tracks or races that you have not run that you would like to?
I've ran a lot of races, a lot of different tracks. I've got to run the Knoxville Nationals. I wish they'd come back to a non-wing Knoxville Nationals. I'd love to go try the Paris Oval Nationals sometime.
Rumor has it they're going to run non-wings on Friday night at Knoxville.
That sounds pretty cool. Knoxville Nationals without the wings would be awesome.
Do you wish they would run more endurance races, 100 lappers, things like that?
Yeah, I would, because I've been in 200 lap races. I've won them both. It seems to pay off for the patient veteran drivers. So I've been in 200 lappers and won 200 lappers. So yeah, longer races the better.
Oh, I like the 100 lappers. I used to run 100 lappers at Paragon all the time I went. When do you plan on retiring?
I'm basically semi-retired now, so I'll probably be semi-retired next year also. I'm taking my boy racing a lot, so I'm just always going to piddle in it, and if I quit, I'll hire a driver, and when my boy starts racing, I'd like to race with him a couple times, so, but I'll hire somebody or something. I'll be there.
Fans would probably like to know what your son Chase's future holds.
Hopefully sprint cars. I mean, he loves sprint car racing, and if he can move up the ladder, that's fine too. But if he just wants to race, that just race. He's doing an awesome job, and I'm awful proud of him.
You already answered that one.